Moving on to AUDUSD and NZDUSD, we can see the AU on the daily time frame. We've got our daily break of structure, and this is our swing range. We've liquidated this low over here, but we haven't quite seen that bullish price action come into the market to suggest to me we're ready to target this week's swing high. Therefore, I'm now looking at this liquidity low, or even the liquidity low down here, to be that fuel to push price in towards the upside. If we go down onto the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is after a break of structure in towards the upside, we've now had a break of structure in towards the downside. So we are swing bearish on the 4-hour time frame, and we are moving relatively sideways this week and last week. So what I'll be looking for now is I want to see this low get taken, and then a retracement towards any of these points of liquidity, to then see another drive in towards the downside to target that daily point of liquidity that we spoke about just a moment ago. If we move down onto the 1-hour time frame, it becomes increasingly unclear. Unfortunately, we can see we've had our break of structure in towards the downside. This is my swing high and this is my swing low. We've just been chopping around in this box, and I don't really see any clear opportunities. We did have an internal break followed by another bearish internal break. So now we could be looking at this liquidity high, this one here, or even this one up here. But just bear this in mind that this one has liquidated something. So if this high gets taken, it's probably more bullish than bearish. But for these highs, we can see it, take it out, see that structure shifting towards the downside, and we could be ready to target the week swing low. Looking at NZD USD, we can see on the daily time frame we've had our break of structure, and this is our swing range. We've liquidated the major point of liquidity within this overall impulse before then switching bullish on the lower time frame. If we move down onto the 4-hour, what we can see is we've had our 4-hour break of structure followed by another 4-hour break of structure. So this is my current swing low and this is my current swing high. Similar to AU, we are just chopping around at the moment. We've not got a clear drive in towards the upside, and we haven't got a clear drive in towards the downside to suggest we know where price will head next. So what I will say, we have had an internal break of structure here. So if we see another internal break of structure, I'd be happy to then look for those longs in towards the upside, following a bearish dollar bias. If we move down onto the 1-hour time frame, what that would look like is a break over here, followed by another break. Points of liquidity like this one become a good point that we can look for longs in the future.